In the last several years, because of the economy, people were behind in their mortgage, even being evicted from their homes that they rent. And 20 years ago, a woman who experienced problems herself decided there's got to be a solution. And, bad things happen to good people all the time. And I really became very fond of this woman more and more in my research. Her name is Carol Ray, and she is the founder of Community Outreach. She didn't curse the darkness. She lit a match. And first of all, I'm here along with Lon Smith, and I'd like to say a warm welcome, a Community News and Review welcome to Carol Ray.
Thank you, both of you.
Appreciate you coming on. Carol, you started this program 20 years ago, and let me understand something. This program helps pay or will pay for people's rent and mortgage while the money is available, and you do community outreach also for food and a host of things, and that's what I want to get into. But you also have the philosophy of if you give a person a fishing pole, they'll have fish for the rest of their life, and that's your financial literacy courses. But I'd like to have our audience know you started this, about 20 years ago?
I started Gateway 20, but prior to that I had another agency, and I ran that for 19 years. So I've been doing this for 39 years.
Wow. Well, why did you start Gateway? What's the story behind Gateway Community Outreach?
Well, we definitely need prevention agencies in the county. A lot of them are after the fact when somebody's already out on the street. So we jump in there to stabilize the family, individuals, and senior citizens to prevent them being on the streets and being homeless. And it's just been through so many things in my own life. Was a single mom raising children and trying to make things meet, and had all sorts of difficulties, but I just felt like I needed to go and do something for somebody else first.
Wow.
So I did a food drive, and the first food drive I had was 2 cans of corn.
Well, you got to begin somewhere.
Yes.
For our listeners, they may know somebody that's in a difficult situation. Walk me around the process. Somebody who's listening that may be behind in their rent or eviction process already started, I don't know if that's too late to help them, but you tell me, what is the process?
First of all, we have 7 sites in Broward County. They're located in different areas, and this way it allows us to cover all of Broward County, and one in West Palm Beach County in Green Acres. Initially, people can call our main office, which is 954-725-8434, and they will be given directions and assistance of which site would be best for them to go to. When they go to the site, a complete intake assessment and evaluation is done, and they are placed on a 90-day treatment plan. They're given emergency food and any other emergency assistance that they might be needing at that time. All these files are transferred weekly to the main office, and we have case managers that process everything that they might be needing. We work with 80 agencies in Broward County, so if we cannot do it on our own, we can refer them out to get extra help, but we work through that process also. In that, they're given all sorts of information about how to apply for their rent, how to stay on their program if they comply, and that's doing a lot of the treatment plan. That's a part of the whole process. And if they need to be extended for any reason, we do extend them. So that process is calling the office first to find the direction of which site they need to go to.
Now, if somebody's listening and they're behind in their rent, they have a 3-day notice, but if they're getting evicted, it's too late. Is it or not? Not
necessarily. Many of times when we get involved, we can get a hold of the landlord and tell them what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. 90% of the time, they forego and do not go through the eviction process. So when we step in, we're there, and it seems to work really well.
So it doesn't matter if it's somebody who lost their job, unfortunately prolonged illness, family separation. It doesn't matter what their current situation is. When you bring them in to assess, you focus on the issues that got them in that position and help them understand how to stay out of that position, correct?
That is correct. The stabilization is the important thing, getting them stabilized immediately.
Well, I've not heard of you before, and I'm so pleased to know you. And I mean that. I'm really a big fan. But it was Robert Denton, and Robert Denton, who's one of the managing partners of Corporate Rescue. who said, I've got to produce a segment focusing on what your organization is about. And I'm surprised I've not heard about your organization. You've been around 20 years, and let's make a change in that. You need volunteers, correct?
That is correct.
The money that comes in there, of course, is tax deductible, so you do need donations as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the money goes for a host of things, not just for rent or mortgage, although I'm highlighting that to get my callers' interest, my listeners' interest. Mm-hmm. Also, people do run out of food. I mean, in North America alone, including Canada, over 17 million kids go to bed without dinner, without food. It's unconscionable. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely unconscionable. You've helped so far how many families since you've been in existence?
760,000.
Wow, 760,000. Oh, my goodness.
And that's done with 3 full-time staff, 1 part-time, and 200 volunteers.
Carol, I have a question. My name is Lon Smith, here with Phil Bell, and I would like to know, in helping the various individuals, families, and so forth with the needs that they have, are there seminars talking about prevention to teach them how and monitor how they handle the money that they do get so that they will become responsible in their economic well-being and not continue? Because one thing probably that gets them into their situation is they spend more than they make. There could be health issues. I don't know if there's drug-related issues, but so many issues that could bring them to the point that they need your service. But in all that you do you offer seminars to help prevent it or to teach them along the way how to get this overspending out of their system?
Well, we partner with Consolidated Credit. They're a very large grouping, and they're across the nation. And what the partnership has brought to our services is that they provide seminars, probably 70 different categories of how to budget, basic needs of learning how to be involved with paying their mortgage and rent on time and anything like that. But these seminars are so effective because they can take as low as 5 in the class up to 500 in the class.
Wow.
And teach them how to do all these things. They work with first-time home buyers. Also, too, those that were hardest hit, we've received grants for some of our people where their mortgage has been paid from 7 months to 18 months. But there's so many classes that they offer that it's just such a long range that they're doing that right now. They cycle through our sites. They're going to start in Green Acres tomorrow. And this helps people because in order to stay on this program, you need to and you have to comply with what we're doing to help the person out. That's the only way we can make the process work.
So you've helped over the 20 years over 700,000 families.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's certainly amazing. And your services are the help for mortgages, help for rent, mm-hmm. but also recently, I guess you're part of the Feed the Children program.
Mm-hmm. And what they do, they're based out of Oklahoma, and they will come down in our area in Fort Lauderdale, Deerfield, Boca Raton, and they have sponsorships from many companies that pay for all these food boxes and hygiene supplies. So we hold an activity, usually it's in a park, and we pre-select the people that we know that qualify, and then they come into the park and we pass out their packages and everything to them, and we usually get anywhere from 400 to 800 families out of that.
Donating, you could donating through Amazon.com, is that correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. If you go and you purchase something, and we are already listed with them, Gateway Community Outreach, you type that in as your charity, and we get 5%.
That is huge, 5%
of the amount that you spend.
So our audience knows the money that they donate. Mm-hmm. It goes directly towards feeding the family, also helping mortgage and rent, or is that a separate grant that you get?
That's a separate grant, but we also, we're open to donations for any of our special needs. We have special needs food mm-hmm. for people that are needing that. We purchase bus tickets so people can go and have their tokens and go to their job if they don't have transportation.
Wow.
We do water bill assistance, and anything that you think of that we possibly need, we can do that. Or we can also hook them up with legal aid or any other service that they're needing, Meals on Wheels, whatever it takes.
And all from a phone call.
Yes.
That is amazing. Now, you have food satellites in Coral Springs, Davie, Deerfield Beach, Green Acres, which is Palm Beach, Lauderhill, and Pompano. Did I leave anything out?
We have a brand new one that's opening up next Monday, and that's in Sunrise.
Oh, wow. Wow. We only have really about a minute left. And in order for people to be involved and take part of your program, either for volunteering or if they need the assistance, what is the best way to contact you?
The main office number is 954-725-8434. The staff is there and volunteers are there to take their calls for any information that they might want. And if they want to donate, they can call that number also. And our website is GCO Florida, FLORIDA.
One more time? That's so easy.
Yeah, GCOFlorida.org. And they can go on the website and donate that way also.
Excellent. Or even see the list of the services. I wish we had more time, but this is not the end-all. You have an open seat as well. I welcome you to come down to the studio. And if you can't make it to the studio, certainly we could do a call-in for you as well.
Okay, that would be great.
Carol Ray, Community Outreach, sincerely, I wish there were more people like you. You certainly don't curse the darkness. You lit a match.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing. You've been listening to Community News and Review, and we've been featuring Carol Ray from Community Outreach. This is Philip Bell and
Lon Smith.
And we're going to be right back.